Alright everybody, I hope you guys feel wonderful. Today I'm going to be talking about mods, them mods boys, and we're going to be checking out which ones I use, which ones I think are good, which ones I use when I do lucky dungeons and stuff like that. So let's go and get to the mods here real quick. Let's create a game, and I'm going to do swamps right now because let's just for example say, you know, I want to run some swamps or some volcanic abyss. The ones that I usually always use, and I'm going to explain to you all of the mods in here. This is more like a beginner's guide, but also if you want to just run some solo, there's something that you can run. The best one that I personally think to run when solo is I can't use block because I don't necessarily need it because I do enough damage. Team damage activated. This is basically a free mod for solo players out there because you have no team, right? So you can't damage any team. So that one is really good as well. I usually always use mobs attack 15% faster, which is also very nice. Lifesteal because that doesn't really have anything like on me. I don't see anybody really, or I've never really struggled with that on, so I use that mod as well. If you really are cool with running the dungeon slowly, then you can use can't use dash. You can use that as well. I usually keep that off just because, I mean, I like to run them a little bit faster. If you're a warrior like me, you can use this skill. That could be your dash, you know. So you could technically throw that in there as well, and that's going to give you a nice multiplier too. So let's go in here. You can see you can't use dash. It's going to give you 0.25 XP and some gold as well. And that's so far it. No, that's not it. I actually use all mobs are invisible is also another one that I like to use because that's like my classic setup in mods that I use when I just do solo runs. It doesn't really matter if it's volcanic abyss, swamps, or literally anything. The ones that I can clear solo is up until volcanic abyss, so that's really nice. I think the other mods that are in here that are a little bit more annoying. So if you do enough damage, if you're really good, you could technically throw this one in here as well, which is mobs have ×2 more HP. Or the one that I think is really good for leveling. If you want to go out there and level a little bit faster, you can like ditch most of these if they kind of like are in your way, but use elite enemies only because they give you more XP. They give you the highest XP in the game. So if you want to farm levels and if you want to make some, you know, if you want to just upgrade, that's what I constantly use when I leveling up mastery as well. So if I want to level up levels in mastery, always use elite enemies only. Like, you can ditch all of the other ones here, although I don't recommend that, but this is like a really good setup for maxing out your character. Well, not necessarily maxing out, but get to level 50 and do the, especially if you play solo, you will need that. Is getting the elite enemies only. That is very nice. And yeah, that's basically it. Of course, if you think you might be losing it, if you're testing mods, always put on no EXP loss. If you want to just try something, for example, you go like, okay, I want to try something in swamps. I'm going to reduce this and that, yada yada yada. And then you're going to use no EXP lose so you don't lose, whatever. And yeah, that's really good. If you have some good MP and HP regen or recovery, or you play a class that heals you or gives you MP back, then I think no campfires is really good as well. Classes like the mage, for example, are really good. Classes like the healer is really good, especially with that other subclass, not the priest, the other one. They are really good classes where you don't really need to use any campfires at all, so that's really nice. And these other ones that I'm using currently, they're very simple to set up. You can farm levels, you can farm mastery with this really fast. I'm always using the solo mode. As you can see, I have a little bit of less luck, but if I'm if I'm leveling mastery or if I'm leveling levels, then, you know, luck doesn't really matter much anyways. Now let's talk about the dungeons here. Which ones are good for dungeons? Which ones are good for what? 7 AM. Well, 7:30. But yeah, yes. So this is the usual setup that I run, except for this one. Elite enemies are usually only... If I would be doing like Frosty or Swamps, then I would probably use it. But if I go to Volcanic, I think elite enemies, I think still a little bit too strong. Even though I have like 630 to 700 on my warrior. But again, for soloing, you know, that's what it is. If you want to make money though, money, I use this setting. Orc lands, all of it, literally all of it, except, of course, Actually, you know what? That's actually not true. Wait a second. I don't use all of them. What I use, that's actually much better. Wait a second. I'm gonna untick all of them and then I'm gonna show you. So, I keep my dash because it keeps helping me clearing the dungeons faster. And if you compare it to the clear speed without dash, you actually profit more when you use dash. Unless, again, you can like dash with some other class and have some other ways of doing it. But, so what I use. Can't use block. Team damage activated. Man, this guy is annoying. Mobs attack 15% faster. Mobs deal more damage. Mobs explode after death. That's for Orc Lands hard right now, right? Okay. They have lifesteal. I use that. Mobs debuff don't work for mobs. I use that. Evasion chance. I don't use that because this is just annoying. It takes a long time to clear. Mobs are invisible. I use that and I get a random debuff. I use that. I use that. I use that. I use that. Definitely using that. And I also keep around. No, actually, you can use no campfires if you play solo. If you don't play solo, then you should play without it like that. And that's gonna give you a nice coin multiplier times 5.8. I'm gonna quickly show you what that dungeon looks like, but that's the ones that I use because you want to focus, because obviously when you're at level 40 or level 50 you're going to do alright damage, right? You're gonna be probably one-shotting these Orcland guys pretty fast. So what I usually do is, the only thing that's really annoying is the evasion chance, because you have to hit them, and it just takes ages for them to die, and it's just annoying. So I'm just gonna quickly show you. The reason also why I'm using solo right now is because of the flasks that will refill once you take them out. So when making money, you know, when farming money, the clearing speed is really important, because even the bombs, as you can see, they don't really do much damage for me. So I can literally stand in the middle of them and you see nothing really much happens. So the clearing speed is super important. Also make sure to equip some sort of a dash so you can get around the map a little bit faster, because again, I'm just gonna say it one last time, clearing speed actually matters when you're farming money, because it just takes such a long time otherwise to finish it, because in the end you're just making money off the chests. Because take a look at that, chest is giving me 50 gold. That's a lot of gold. That is a lot of gold. This one's really annoying up here. I don't know why it was built like that, because you always have to, like, it really just burns your time. But yeah, if you play, for example, bow class or something, like a bow guy, then you should be fine. You should be able to hit them up there, I think. But if you play bow class, if you play archer, make sure to not play them with invisibility, because sometimes, like from here, you wouldn't even know where to shoot necessarily unless you've ran that dungeon like a million times. Because right now on the top left, you see nobody's up there. So if you run a dungeon for making money, use the archer. Go without invisibility. It just makes it much easier. You can see right now, I got 100 gold. Already got an epic chest, which is really awesome. Why can't I go through there? Hello. I think the archer would be also a nice class to make money, because you can just like shoot him down here, always go from range, because you're not really worried about damage or anything like that. You're literally just gonna go chill the base, right, and just try to clear as fast as possible. And that's basically it. That's basically my guide for the mods that I use for what. I hope this kind of gave you a little bit of a glimpse on what I'm doing and what kind of mods I'm using. Some other people have also said that you can make a lot of money in Frosty. So yeah, you would have to see. I haven't used Frosty yet, because I'm literally just doing trash farming. I'm just literally doing trash collecting of chests, and then I just sell everything to the merchant, even though it's like epic or legendary. I'm just gonna sell all of it, because it just takes ages otherwise to sell, and I don't think the low-level legendaries, they are really of any interest. Like if you want to stand shop the entire day, of course, sure, go ahead and do it. But overall, yeah, that's what it is. I'm literally trying to find out a red portal right now so I can like leave the heli. But I'm just gonna continue running this. You can already click off the video if you want to, or if you want to support the cause, you can stick around. Because yeah, that's basically, I'm just gonna try to get this done as fast as possible. Drifting around the corner. Or actually getting a red portal would be nice too. But I always hate, like, even though I wouldn't like lose very much, but I just hate just stopping and just like exiting out. So I have to, it's my OCD that triggers, guys. It's my OCD, you know. I have to sit around until this thing has ended, okay? Anyways, I'm gonna call it quits on the recording. I'm gonna close it now. But these are all the mods that I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and once I have some more ideas and interesting factors here for you for some video ideas, I'm gonna make a video on this. So stick around, maybe subscribe to the channel if you feel like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we got it, sorry. Okay, nice, I stretched it to 10 minutes. More money for me. Woo, yeah. Anyways, goodbye.